Am I wrong to confront my stepmom for stealing from me and my daughter for her addictions? Hello. I posted this earlier, but I've updated and I'm trying to reach a larger number of people. BC, I'm really screwed right now and I need some suggestions/advice/directions/anything, and hopefully someone that can tell me what to do might see this, because the devastation I feel is debilitating to the point of paralysis. I'm so upset, my hands are shaking RN and my mind is racing, so please try to stay with me. I've never posted on Reddit before, but I read these a lot and people are always accusing posters of lying, so I tried to include a pic of the list I'll be talking about in the hopes that we can skip that part in the comments, but this community wouldn't allow an attachment. A little backstory. My daughter, 12, and I, 32F, were finally able to leave her father about a year ago. I'd been actively trying to since the day I found out I was pregnant. He started as my college boyfriend, and became increasingly controlling and extremely violent with me, and it took over a decade to get out. The only reason I was able to leave without him interfering this time is because the law is involved and he is facing serious jail time of a suspended sentence if he contacts me within the next 10 years. I moved back to my hometown to be closer to my family. He had moved us to his hometown after college, probably to isolate me, but I haven't had the greatest relationship with them either. My mom passed away when I was 2 and my dad remarried a year later. My stepmom had a 10-year-old son at the time, and from my ages 4 to 10 he abused me in every way. When I finally told my dad and SM about it, their reaction was disappointing to say the least. They really didn't do anything about it because he was leaving the house for college, so I guess they thought that was a fine resolution. So when I left for college, I pretty much never looked back. When they found out I was pregnant, they tried to reach out to make amends so that their granddaughter could be in their lives, but I resisted really until we moved back to our hometown last year. I have no contact with my stepbrother, but my dad and SM have really been making an effort where my daughter is concerned, and the more people that she has that love her the better, I guess, since she's completely lost her dad's side. Anyway, last weekend was one of my cousin's birthday and the family was all at my aunt's house for the get-together. I was talking to one of my cousins about what we each had coming up this week. I told her that I was trying to figure out when I'd be able to get all the supplies my daughter needs for her Girl Scouts camping trip this weekend. I have my master's, but I hadn't worked in about 9 years for reasons that I now understand were just about control and financial abuse, so the jobs I have now are not great. I work 2 jobs and my only shift off is this morning, but I didn't want to wait till the last minute to get everything. What if I couldn't find everything in just a few hours? And also my daughter has anxiety and hates leaving things to the last minute. It kills me that she thinks I'm always putting off getting what she needs, but I'm not procrastinating. I just don't have the money in advance and have to wait till I make it to be able to buy things. We found out about the camping trip about 3 weeks ago and the timing freaking sucks cause obviously Christmas is also coming up and all the things on the list I figured out will cost me about $250. No worries though, there's literally not a thing that I wouldn't do for my daughter, and I'd already signed up for OT for Christmas, so I just added some more hours to be able to get the supplies as well. My SM heard me saying how I didn't know when I could fit this shopping trip in my schedule, so she came over and volunteered to help me out with it. I hesitated because she's not my fave person in the world, and my cousin was even kinda laughing cause she knows I don't like her, but I eventually agreed. My daughter needs these things, and I didn't want to jeopardize her getting what she needs just because of my feelings. My SM was like, I'm retired, I have all the time in the world this week, give me the list and I'll get it done, blah blah. Also, I knew that this was going to require me spending a lot of time walking around Walmart. I have lupus, extreme joint pain from my toes to my neck, and my ex broke my tailbone and my back in 2 places, so it's really difficult and painful for me to walk around that hard floor for long periods of time. So the next day, Sunday, I went over to their house and gave her the $250 plus $30 for a beginner crochet kit that my daughter really wants for Christmas. We talked about the list, I told her the sizes I need for the sweater sets that I'd picked out, just gave her the details that she needs. So I didn't hear anything from her that day, but I worked both jobs and I was busy, plus I wasn't expecting her to go out and get everything that day, so it was whatever. Monday, though, she let me know that she'd come down with a cold and probably wasn't gonna get to it till Tuesday. I've been texting her all week and she's been saying that she's still not feeling well, but she will get to it as soon as she can. So today is when I would have been able to do it myself. There is a teacher's work day on Monday, so they are going Saturday through Monday. I wanted to go by last night to just pick up the money so I could take care of it myself today. I call and text a bunch of times and no answer. Finally I call my dad and ask him if he can grab the money from her so I can come pick it up. He didn't know what I was talking about, so I briefly explained and he said he will call me back. He didn't call me or answer my calls last night, and just came over to my house this morning. He just dropped on me that my SM has been addicted to painkillers and gambling for the past 10 years. He said he didn't know anything about me giving her any money or he wouldn't have let me do it, but that the money is definitely gone. He said that no one in the family knows and asked me to please not say anything. He told me about the problems this has been causing their marriage and a lot of things they've been going through. I'm sympathetic to drug use/addiction. I was a bartender for years and really lived that life, if you know you know. But since the day I found out I was pregnant I haven't even had a drink, I've been completely sober. It's easy when you have no friends and only work. My life is essentially my daughter's. Like I said, I do empathize with the situation, but WTF am I supposed to do now? They are supposed to leave tonight for camping and now I can't get any of the supplies. I've just been sitting here stunned and crying since he left. She has been looking so forward to this trip. It's not been the easiest for her to switch schools in a different state and make new friends, but she's been really enjoying Girl Scouts. I put her in it cause I was in it when I was young and was also able to find friendship there. I don't have anything she could use around here. We were not a camping family. The last time I went camping was when I went with the GS. She's like me, grew like a weed till middle school and will be this size prob for the rest of her life. But the point is, none of her colder weather clothes from last year fit at all. I was literally starting from scratch on this list and now I'm about to have to tell her that she can't go. And why can't she go? I've been working so much extra and she knows why, so I tell her I essentially just gave the money away like WTH? I literally feel like I'm gonna puke. I want to call my dad and tell him that I'm sorry about what they're going through, but I need that money back and he needs to get it for me ASAP. Would that be too selfish? I know he doesn't have it anyway. He assured me that he'd give it to me if he did while he was here. This just fucking sucks and I really want to confront my SM about this. I don't want to act like I don't know and just let it go. She just really hurt my daughter and I don't take that lightly. So Aita, if I confront her since my dad asked me not to. Update. I called every family member and just let them know I'm having an emergency and asked to borrow some money. I've never asked anyone to borrow money before, it was literally miserable, and none of them can help me. I wasn't really even expecting it since it's so close to the holidays. My ex worked hard to cut off all of my friendships so I have no one else in my life to ask for help. I had just about $300 from when I'd first started saving for Christmas, so now I'm running around like a maniac trying to get this list done with that, and I guess I'll be praying for a miracle in the next week. All of the physical and mental pain that my ex put me through feels like something else entirely than this. I can't believe this is happening. My daughter has been through so much and she doesn't deserve this, nothing for Christmas, but I don't have time to figure anything else out. It feels surreal. I'm trying to get all this done before they leave, but I saw people asking for updates. Thank you everyone for your responses. I'll have more time to write back when I get this completed and start figuring out how TF to still have a Christmas. Update 2, is there anything that I can do here? Is there a way to legally, force someone to pay you back even if they say they can't? I'm just spiraling here. I've done everything I could for my daughter, I had the money and just handed it to someone else. I essentially gave away her Christmas. Is there anything I can do?